Hi, in this lesson, we will learn procedures in SQL with in parameter. So let's see what are in parameters. An in parameter with SQL stored procedure helps in getting the arguments from the user while calling the same to manipulate the query. So basically, in means input here. Okay, so we are giving some input to the procedure. That's what in parameter in stored procedure means. So a stored procedure in SQL are very useful construct which helps performing repetitive task. Correct? So these construct become more useful if we can manipulate the result of them with the help of arguments. So one such argument is input argument or in parameter. Advantage is you can, like when you call a procedure, you can give an input parameter of your choice and the stored procedure uses our input value accordingly. Let's try to understand it by example. So problem statement here is the search engine company wants to run a task to generate the report regarding total engagement by top N language on daily basis. Please create a stored procedure for the same. So here we have two tables, user table, user activity table. In user table, we have ID, language, country, city, user details. And in user activity table, we have users activity details. So here what they want is they want total engagement by top N languages. So for that, what we have to do is we have to join two table and find the total engagement, which we have done previously using stored procedure. But the question is they want top N language. Out of the total, they want either top 1 or top 2 or anything. That is up to the input. Let's take top 1. So out of the total engagement, they want top 1 user language. So what happens is for US, the user language US, the engagement will be 2.09. And for UK, engagement will be 1. And for IN, engagement will be 7. This is what we can get using stored procedure. But the question is they want top N language, means top 1. We can take N as 1. So top 1 language. So what will be the output in this case? So output should be only IN, India, because out of total engagement, top is India, which is IN, because the score is 7. Engagement score will be 7. So now let's go to dbfiddle and execute our code. I have already created the table for user and user activity in schema SQL. Now, first let's have a look at user and user activity tables. So now first let me open user table. The user table, I'll write the query for it. Select star from user. So let me run the code. Yes. So we have all user details under user table. That is user ID, user language, user country, user city. Now let's see what is there under user activity table. Under user activity table, we write the query. We have select star from user activity. Let's check what we have under user activity table. So under user activity, we have all the activity of particular user like user ID, query ID, user query, pages showed, page clicked, engagement. Now, first let's understand how we can achieve the result without using the concept of SQL procedure in dbfiddle. So we'll write a simple query to get the total engagement for that user language. So I'll write an SQL query. So let's start with the select. We need user language and we need total engagement. So total will be done with the keyword sum of engagement as, let's give a name to it. I'll give total engagement. From table user as you, and we have to join it with user activity table, correct? We'll give a name as UA. Next, we have to give on u dot user ID is equal to UA dot user ID. Then we have to group by. So we will group by with user language. Now they're asking us the top, let's take top one. So in order to get the top one, first what we will do is, we have group by the user language. Let's order by in descending order first. So what I'll do is I'll order by, what should I order by? Sum of engagement. So I will order by in descending order so that I can get according to highest to the lowest. Then I'll write limit 1 because I just want the top one. Let's run the code and check. Yes. So with the normal query, we got IN India had the top total engagement with 7 score. So we got the top user language, which was India. Next, we will envelop the same code with stored procedure. And also they have asked us for top n language. Let's take top 1 language. So we will do it using stored procedure using input parameter. So what we are doing now, we are writing the code using stored procedure with in parameter. So let's start writing the code. So as I told you, when we start writing the code for the stored procedure, we have to use delimiter and to and symbol first. And then I'll write the keyword create. Create what? Procedure. Then we will be giving the procedure name. So I'll give it as total engagement by language. Okay. Now here we have an input. Like I'm giving an input of 1. I want top 1. So what I'll do is I will, since I'm giving an input, so I'll give in int. N can be any value. I can give any value like 1, 2, 3, top 1, top 2, top 3, any value. So let it be n for now. And whatever I will be giving is an integer. So I'll be writing int. Next, let's begin the store procedure. Now what will we do? Now we shall write our query inside begin. So the query will be same Then let me take the limit as n or 1. I can take 1. Now let me take it as n. I'll end my query here. Then in order to end the begin, I will use the keyword end and use to and symbol. Then using a delimiter, let me end the stored procedure with the space and semicolon. So as I told you, every time you create a procedure, you call a procedure. So I'll use a keyword call and give procedure name. So what is my procedure name? Total engagement by language. Okay. So there we have to give a input value. So now for now I want top 1, just top 1. So I'll give 1 as my integer value. Let's run the code and check if we are getting the same output. So yes, we have got the same output even using stored procedure, same like that of normal query. So we have top 1, that is India, whose total engagement score was 7. Now imagine I want to know top 2. Okay, so I'll just change here and give it as 2. Let me run the code and check if I'll get top 2 total engagement. Yes. So top 1 was 7. I got top 2 values. That is India and US. So if I give top 3, I'll get all the top 3 values. So this is how it works. So I hope the procedure using in parameter is clear to you. Now let's summarize. An in parameter within SQL stored procedure helps in getting the arguments from the user while calling the same to manipulate the queries. Now let's check with the syntax using procedure with in parameter. Same again, we have to start with the keyword delimiter with the space and twice. Start with the keyword create procedure, give a procedure name. Since it is input in parameter, so I'll give first as in and n and give a data type. Then we will begin. You write your SQL query inside the begin and end it with the keyword end and write to and. Then end it with the delimiter, space, semicolon. If you want to call the procedure, use keyword call and give your procedure name and give your input value in terms of in parameter. This concludes on procedure in SQL. In next lesson, we will learn about procedures in SQL with out parameter.